Hey everyone, I think I glitched. Oh
No place left to run. Life is already forfeit. Eternally beautiful, just like Mother Miranda.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You're finished.
Okay, so I found a glitch in the game. That's cool. Which is weird because this game is supposed to be for the PS4. God. Okay, so I have beaten the game of Resident Evil 8 recently, yay. I do have some complaints about the game. The game feels a lot like, yeah, the game feels a lot like, Resident Evil 4. Except when you beat the game, you don't gain a lot of coins like 4 did. Kinda upset about that, because I could have used that to buy all kinds of items and weapons, but whatever. Also, there's no item boxes. I also noticed that in Resident Evil 5, there's also no item boxes. The game is pretty fun. He plays Ethan, and the game is pretty long, too. Oh, and after you beat the game, you also unlock, challenges, which, yeah, you can use to unlock stuff. I'm gonna try to beat the game and village mode and oh, you have to beat the game with like mercenaries too. Yeah, Donna and Benevento. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the poor girl. Oh, poor Donna. She's well, one, her mutation barely gave her any good powers. She's basically a human that can make others hallucinate. Yeah. And her story is she's depressed because she had a scar on her face and others were mean to her, so she stayed inside all the time. Made friends with the doll. Oh, I see that now. Angie's face is based on the same sun and moon motif of the crest. Oh yeah, half of the doll's face is the crescent moon and the other half is the sun. I see that now. Huh. Oh, this is by far the most horrifying thing in the game. It's like the baby from Silent Hill PT. were mutated and turned giant. It really unsettling fighting this thing.
Something tells me it wasn't the guy deep sea fishing. You brought a boat to this man 2 days ago. Might have.
The game came a long way from
Faces kind of run together after a while.
yeah.
How about this one? She wasn't right. Nope, but I would have remembered her at all.
Yeah, the Resident Evil games came a long way from the Spencer Mansion to
Pretty girl around here for months.
what it is now. Ooh.
I may not know who you're looking for, but you should try a little bit more.
I want to unlock that lightsaber, but to get it, you have to complete double S rank in the Mercenaries. And the Mercenaries mode is basically, it's not the same as the Mercenaries in Resident Evil 4, or 5, or 6, or 3, or Code Veronica, sorry. It is completely different. Okay, so the Mercenaries is basically, you have a time limit, kill all the enemies, make it to the goal. Oh, each time you kill an enemy, you gain a time bonus. So the point, and you get more points for the more time you have. So, and there's also a counter too. If you kill like 10 enemies, you get a 1.5 bonus every time you kill an enemy, giving you like 7 to 20 seconds, depending on the enemy. So the point is, gain a high score, the points rack up. So in each so this areas. So each area there are 3 places to explore. And your goal is to rack up points in each area, and the grand total has to be over a certain amount to get an S rank. Some of these are easier to do than others. There are 8 locations. I'm a little bit sad that I only get to play as Ethan. I was hoping I could play as Chris. Or maybe the other characters in the game, like Alcina Dimitrescu. We could have played as, Heisenberg too. Literally, they could have added more characters to play as. We could have played as Mia, we could have played as just about like any character. Like, what I like about Mercenary Mode is I get to play as multiple characters. This one, it kind of falls flat-ish. I can definitely say Resident Evil 4 Mercenary Mode is much easier. And they get to play as different characters. I really wish I could have done that here. So that's a complaint about the Mercenary Mode. I mean, I'm glad Mercenary Mode is back. We haven't had one in a while. But yeah, unlocking it's gonna be a nightmare. But I'm gonna do it eventually. Still didn't get to see his face in this game. A little bit disappointed. Chris looks a lot different than he did in the end of 7. Then again, Chris's model keeps changing each game and movie. So what Chris looks like is really inconsistent. The Duke. The Hag. I mean, they did a good job with the monsters. Still a bit shocked that when Alcina mutates, she turns into a dragon rather than a vampire bat. Yeah. Looks like someone straight out of Silent Hill. Kind of feel bad for the Westport guy. No one respects him. Like, at all. Oh yeah, the guy that plays Heisenberg is Neil Newborn. He also voiced a character in one of the Planet of the Apes remakes, and he also voiced Nikolai in the Resident Evil 3 remake. This one, it kind of feels like no one that Chris Redfield cares about dies. I mean, none of the BSAA other members like these guys died. Hoping we get a DLC. I was really hoping we could have gotten a DLC where we get to play as Chris while Ethan's exploring the village, see what Chris is doing. But in the game, we do get a section where we do get to play as Chris to explore the village near the end of the game. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I do hope that 8 gets some DLC. Okay, so so yeah, I do hope we do get some DLC for 8 event soon. Lobo, Tundra, Night Howl, Canine, BSAA Soldier, the Megamycete, Alright, to be honest, Miranda basically looks like a boss from the God of War games. Yeah. Miranda has a lot of mutated forms. So I gotta unlock more stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, they apparently use real people face models for the characters in Village, which is really interesting and unique. This is cool. I really hope it gets some DLC soon. I really do. Because I kind of feel like there's a lot more stuff that could be explored. I also heard a rumor, and if you pre-ordered it the over $200 one, you could have gotten the art book, which some cut content was. Apparently Ada Wong was supposed to be in Village, which I guess that would kind of make sense, she could be working for an organization that may want to take a sample of the mold to make more viruses. Yeah, but that was scrapped. Ada's not in the game. Kind of disappointing. She was supposed to wear a witch doctor or a plague doctor outfit. which is cool. Though I wonder if 8 is going to return in 9. Now, I wonder if they're going to have a DLC. But then again, if they do that, then Resident Evil 8 will feel more and more kind of like Resident Evil 4. Then again, there is a part in the beginning where it's much like 4, where Ethan gets attacked by lichens, and something causes the lichens to run off. Something gets their attention, and then they run off to investigate. So I'm kind of questioning who did that, like who got their attention. Yeah, it's most likely going to be Chris Redfield doing something. Now 7 had a whole bunch of DLCs. I still do feel like Resident 8 can be, have a lot more going on with DLC wise. But my opinion on the game is, the game doesn't exactly feel like a Resident Evil game. It pretty much feels like more like a mixture of Silent Hill and Fear and Resident Evil mashed together. Granted, there are some parts where you have to run and hide, other parts where you being stalked. The beginning, well, each of the boss seems to like represent the different cores of Resident Evil. The first one is basically Alcina's like Resident Evil 2 and 3, while you're being stalked by someone. The doll is a more survival horror where you can't fight back, you have to run and hide. The fish, Monroe, is basically like, basically puzzle solving, heavily, yeah, that area is heavily with puzzles. And then we got Heisenberg, who is basically kind of like action blow them down. Basically forcing to fight off wave after wave of enemies. And that's about it. Oh yeah, right, what is it? Ooh. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I mean, the figures are like really cheap. Come on, where are you? There's a Dead Rising reference in this game. Now, there is a vehicle you can drive. Where is it? There it is. That looks like something straight out of Dead Rising. Well, Dead Rising 3 and 4. See now, those games are able to mash together weapons and other vehicles together to create stuff like this. So yeah, this is a Dead Rising reference, and I love it. Now, I'm not sure if it's considered copying if Capcom owns Dead Rising and Resident Evil, but I love this. Kinda wish I get to drive more around in it, but hey, whatever. Okay, so Resident Evil 8 is definitely a fun game, and it's definitely a unique game, definitely worth playing. Alright, bye.